Okay, so I'm starting this recording here. We're in unbelievably week 5 of meditation. So today I wanted to check in with you all 2 of you now. I know Kesha's returning. And first of all, just kind of talk about any general obstacles that you have found to your meditation practice. Are there any difficulties that you found in trying to meditate on a regular basis?
For me, it's been, I've had so many classes that I've had to take in the last 2 weeks for continuing ed that I've been really negligent in making the time to just stop and slow down.
So scheduling can be very tricky, right? Yeah. Sundar, how about you? Have you been able to schedule time to meditate?
Yeah, because I'm free in morning. Yeah, like I'm like the weekdays are like I can make it. Yeah, normally weekdays. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I always want to assure people that if you don't have time to meditate, even though you set your intention to meditate every day, if you can just make, out of the 7 days of a week, if you can just do it 3 or 4 times a week, then feel really good about that, because that's 3 or 4 times a week, essentially, that you're kind of cleaning out the space of your mind. I view meditation and meditation practices, as kind of like a mental and spiritual hygienic practice. And sometimes you don't have time to take a shower one day, but then you just take it the next day. It's not such a huge thing. And seldom, when people do sit down and take the time to meditate, do they regret it. Like you seldom regret taking a shower, right? So now, Sundar, do you practice at a particular time every day?
Yeah.
And
Especially like morning, morning, 8 to 9 a.m. Yeah.
Great. That's good.
Yeah.
And Tim, I know you're a longtime meditator. Do you have a schedule that you follow? Like, do you prefer to meditate in the morning or the evening, or do you switch it up depending on what you are experiencing work-wise?
I generally try to schedule at very specific times. So I'll do a exercise program 3 days a week. And at the end of that, I allocate a half an hour that's just for prayer and meditation.
That's great. Yeah, I think it can be very helpful if you kind of, just add a loop to something else that you're doing that is healing or gratifying. Yeah, I try to link it to my yoga practice also, either before or after, depending on how I'm feeling. But I'm a morning meditator too. I like to just come and sit, and I'll share this with Sundar and the rest of you. I've already showed Tim. I got this wonderful meditation cushion that my cat has just taken over. So so I don't sit on the meditation cushion when I meditate very much anymore. I use my bench, or I pile up my pillows. But I find that if I can, get up, have my coffee, and then just take, my 30 minutes, which is typically the time that I use to meditate, and having my cat next to me, it's great, because Tim and I were talking about the difficulty of stillness for humans, and animals don't have that difficulty, especially cats. They can be awake, or they seem like they're awake, but they're very, very still. So like, if she can do it, I can do it. And then last week, of course, we went over things like using a mantra, or using mudra, which for those of us who are very accustomed to moving around a lot, just doing something with our hands can be really very helpful. A mantra can sometimes feel like it has a little bit more weight than simply your breath. One of the typical instructions for trying to stay still during meditation is when you have a thought, just return your attention to your breathing, the sound of your breathing, the act of breathing. But if you are using a mantra, even if it's a mantra that is just simply a sound that doesn't really have a particular meaning, it can really help to bring you back to task. And then, of course, the mala beads, which many people find very, very helpful as well, because we're fidgeters. I don't know if you had a chance to take a look at that Kali Om article about the spinners, those fidget spinners that had a brief second of popularity. Essentially that's, like the mala beads, people used those just to kind of take a little mental break. And whether they realize it or not, they were doing a little short meditation. So that can be a way to meditate when you just don't have the time, the space, or the wherewithal. Simply doing things like, I'm also a visual artist, and I'm not always very good at cleaning up my materials. So I'll have all these graded pencils, going from like 2H, which is hard, to 8B, which is soft. And so sometimes just putting those in order, focusing on this task, doing it very slowly, I get the same kind of effects, as doing what I call meditation. So I think it's important to realize that you can use this in whatever form you want. The most important thing is to try to get a sense of stillness and to feel a sense of awareness. So when I say awareness, what do you think that means to you? Trying to cultivate awareness.
For me, it's a matter of feeling like I'm absolutely in the moment, not
Yeah.
worried about the past or the future,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and not being that concerned with the moment either. Just observing, I guess, is how I would see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Sundar, how about you? Do you have any thoughts about the ideas of what it means to feel awareness?
No.
It's okay. I know this is your first experience meditating, so sometimes we throw out these terms, and you're like, "What is that supposed to mean?" So, but before I give a definition, I always like to find out what people, what people's ideas are around a term, because the definitions are somewhat fluid anyway, and the more I work with this kind of material, the more the way that I think about the concepts, becomes a little bit more nuanced. So yeah, the standard definition of awareness is understanding that you are physically present in a physical space, and you are speaking, you're listening, you're sitting, you're walking. It's that mindfulness that we talked about a couple of weeks ago. The attempt to be mindful, meaning filling your mind with the activities at hand, trying not to think about the past or think about the future, which is pretty much almost impossible. But when you find yourself doing that, just kind of pulling yourself back to feeling in the moment. And when you are observing yourself in the moment, there you can practice something called detached observation. And sometimes people think of it as in terms of having like a witness, that's sitting away from the body, watching what you are doing at that time. So you can be the witness to yourself. And if you can cultivate that, and that sense of detachment. You don't get too involved with emotions. Emotions are wonderful. You know, I shared with Tim, my daughter just got married this weekend, and oh, the love and the joy I felt was just amazing. You know, gratitude, all those wonderful things. But then there also, of course, are negative emotions, and even those positive emotions, you know, they can really kind of take over all of your behavior, and it's not that we want to avoid feeling them, but just understanding that they are fleeting. Things like happiness, things like joy, as well as things like sorrow, grief, sadness, anger, they're going to go away. And when we do start to sit in stillness, that monkey mind will pull up those kinds of emotions, and I don't know why. There is just something about the human psyche that makes us not want to sit still, or it might be cultural, it might be biological, but we feel a sense of guilt, a kind of cultural guilt for not sitting still. And so it'll pull up these emotions to try to make us act. All right, I want to show you a little video, a couple little videos here. Let's see if I can come back here. Oops. Here we go, about recognizing awareness. Oh, why? Here we go. Okay. So yeah, this is Mingyur Rinpoche, a Buddhist monk, talking about these. These are very short little videos, but.
Meditation is all about the awareness. So first time when I learned meditation, I didn't know that. I thought the object is important. So I was struggle and kind of like really my mind fixed with the breath, fixed with the sound. But later my father said, the object, whatever, the physical sensation, sound, breath, whatever, it's just support for the awareness. So essence of meditation is awareness. So I was feeling relief. Awareness meaning the knowing. Our mind has special quality, which is the knowingness, the knows what you're thinking, feeling. And this cognition, the awareness, with you all the times, with you 24 hours, even while you're sleeping. So sometimes what we call unconscious moments, which is sleep without dream, drink too much alcohol and drunk, or moment of dying or faint, but still there is awareness. You have awareness, but if you're not recognize your own awareness, then that is not become meditation. Then the quality of awareness cannot manifest for you, cannot experience. Although awareness is free, pure, present, genuine, peaceful, all these good qualities, but if you not recognize awareness, we are stuck with the thought, emotion, perception. So, for example, do you know what is this? This is a watch. What is the quality of watch? Tells time, right? If you have watch, if you are not recognize your own watch, even though watch has the quality to tell you time, but if you not recognize your own watch, no benefit. Watch cannot tell you time. So even the awareness is really perfect, but if you're not connected with awareness, if you not recognize awareness, then quality, there's no benefit.
Let's see.
Let me ask you.
Oh, sorry. All right. So he also made a pretty I'm sorry, I have another video about the monkey mind, since we've been talking about that a lot. So this is again a short little video.
7, 8 years old, I had panic disorder. You know panic? Sounds familiar? Good. I'm not alone, yeah? I have fear of panic. Panic of panic. I don't like my panic, you know. Oh, I begin to panic. I have aversion of panic, and I'm fighting with my panic. As you fight, you have fear, aversion, try to get rid of the panic, those things, and the panic becomes stronger. And the panic becomes your enemy.
As a young boy, Rinpoche practiced and diligently applied meditation, learning to befriend his panic.
Most of the problem in our life is created by our mind, what I call monkey mind. Sometimes what I call crazy monkey mind. So if you put one monkey in the grocery store, what happens? Make a lot of problem, yeah? If your enemy become your friend, no problem. You need some, how to say, a method, how to make friends. So the method here is meditation. Just simply be aware of sound. Just simply listen to sound, that's all.
Something just clicked when he said, "Oh, we all have monkey mind." I felt tremendous relief that, yes, okay, it's okay to have monkey mind. I do, from my own experience. So that was the beginning.
I think much of the time we do believe this myth in the West that there's something that is originally wrong with us. We are originally broken, originally defective, and originally confused. And I think one of the things that this helps bring home is that, no, that's actually not the case. The case is that the confusion is on the surface and that we are whole. We are always whole and always have been whole. And so this helps us come back to that wholeness.
So meditation is a way to help us find our way back to home. What is home? That quality of sort of stable, open, clear, just sense of well-being. This is what Mingyur Rinpoche is talking about when he talks about joy.
Benefit of meditation is to make your mind calm, peaceful, happy, joyful. And another aspect, your mind become pliable and workable. That's what we call freedom of mind.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to stop the share and see how you all reacted to that.
That was fun how you talked about panic.
Yeah, panic is something that many people feel, you know, and many people do have various levels of anxiety disorder. And meditation can be really helpful, but then how do you get past that panic when you start feeling panicked, right?
Yeah, I like the concept of not fighting it, but becoming friends with it. That's
Yeah,
that's a lifelong project.
it's absolutely a lifelong project, and there are no really clear steps, you know, to get there. So, but once you can, and as I keep, you know, telling people in their comments in the discussion forums, even if you're a lifelong meditator, and you know, I'm sure Tim, you will collaborate this. You'll have amazing meditations, you know, for like a week, a month, and then suddenly you'll sit down and you're just like panicked, you're anxious, you know, your stomach's growling, your shoulders hurt, et cetera, et cetera. So it is an ebb and flow always. And that's where that idea of cultivating awareness can come in, you know, as well. Just understand what you are doing in that moment and accepting, yes, I am sitting here, I am breathing, I am meditating, And through this, I can find that sense of stillness, cultivating the stillness. So I think maybe we should try it, right? Let's do some meditating. I'm going to go ahead and put this to first a speaker. Oops, whoops, but then pin me. Okay, for the recording here. So let's do a little bit of stretching first before we sit down and meditate. Because when we are trying to cultivate awareness, if we are aware of the stiffness of our body, that is not so good. So wherever you are, just go ahead and stand up. You don't need a lot of space. We'll go ahead and shrug our shoulders a little bit. Moving them back. You can move them forward too. I found through my years, especially as a yoga teacher, that people often will be holding their shoulders forward. So I tend to emphasize the shrugging back to get your scapula on your back. And then open your chest, open your heart, drop your chin towards your chest. Let the back of the neck stretch. Let the upper shoulders, the upper back, lift your face to the sky. And drop your chin towards the chest. So you're already practicing mindfulness. You're noticing how when you tick-tock your head from side to side, how that sensation moves in your body. And then imagining that you have a pencil or a piece of chalk on your chin, draw a big circle. And draw another one in that same direction. And then draw 2 circles in the opposite direction. Okay, and then let's take your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Take your arms up, reach up. I'll get back so you can see me. Intertwine your hands, reach your arms up and look up, lean slightly back. And then coming back up, let's go ahead and go to one side. And then go to the other side. Work with your breath. Inhaling for one movement, exhaling for the other. And then reaching your arms up, looking up. Now soft knees, go ahead and dive down. Take a hold of your elbows and swing from side to side. Reaching up. And now let's go to the side. So turning to one side, just let the arms go down and look past the back fingertips. And then take the arms up, come forward, go to the other side. Then come up. Okay, and now go ahead and settle in your chair or on your cushion or however you are going to meditate. And get yourself in a comfortable position. I'm going to do a full screen here. So as you sit, then you might want to shift your weight from one side to the other. And imagine your tailbone is drawing down, anchoring. Feel your sitting bones, lift your rib cage. Let's do a little breathing now, really focus on our breathing. Close your eyes and close your lips. Now, if you feel like you want to take a mudra, feel free to take a mudra with your hands if that feels good. Remember, the elements are ascribed by the fingers: fire, air, sky or ether, earth, and water. So if you feel like you need to cultivate some kind of a connection to those elements in your body, go ahead and touch that finger to your thumb, or just let your hands be open. Yawn. Relax your face. And let your breath become long, slow, smooth, and even. The inhale and the exhale the same length. Just watch your breath as it enters your body. And watch your breath as it leaves your body. Let's do the 3-part breath. Imagining that there is a balloon in your pelvic bowl. When you inhale, bring your breath all the way down into pelvis and fill that balloon 4 sides. Exhale, empty the balloon. Another balloon is in your rib cage. Inhale, fill the pelvis. Now fill the rib cage, spreading your ribs in 4 directions. Exhale, empty the pelvis and empty the rib cage. A 3rd balloon is in your upper chest. Inhale, fill the pelvis, fill the rib cage, lift your heart, spread your shoulder blades. Exhale, empty pelvis, rib cage, upper chest and shoulders. And continue in silence for a few rounds. Then release the intentional breath and just let the body breathe. For our first meditation on inner silence, I want to read to you from a book called The Circle of Fire by Don Miguel Ruiz, who wrote the 4 agreements. I want you to focus your attention on your inner silence, a place inside you that is the origin of everything that you are. It is a space between you and you, a little space of creation, a little space of multidimensional choices where the dream of life begins. Relax your body completely. Let go of any tension. Let go of any problems that you have in your life. Let go of any thoughts or judgments. Let go of everything. And give yourself permission to be present in the eternal now. This is a moment to disconnect from the rest of the world, to detach from reality as you know it. Notice any noises around you and allow them to exist. Get as comfortable as possible. Imagine that you are testing your will against the temptation to move your body. Once you are still, you may be tempted to move, to adjust your body, to get up and see what's happening around you. Use your will and try not to move. Even if you feel a fly on your face, try to resist moving and scratching. The only thing moving should be your lungs. Once you are still for a while, you may start to feel different body sensations. Perhaps your head will feel big, or your legs and arms will feel strange. If you begin to have these feelings, you are close to stopping the mind from thinking. Between the end of one thought and the beginning of the next is a space. In that space, you will find your inner silence. Inner silence is a place of choice, where every thought in the mind is created. It is the place where dreaming begins, a place where you can witness the creation of thought. Once you find the inner silence in your mind, all of your senses will start to awaken. Perhaps you'll hear birds singing and feel a sense of communion with the birds. Maybe you'll hear the rain and experience a communion with the rain. Feel yourself perceiving these sounds, creating beautiful emotions inside you. Now focus all of your attention on your lungs. Imagine that only your lungs and the air exist. Feel the air in your lungs as you never have before. Notice your emotional reaction every time you inhale. You and the air share the most wonderful communion. Breathe in slowly so you can feel the air expanding your lungs. Feel the pleasure as the air enters your lungs. Prolong that pleasure by inhaling very, very slowly. And then keep the air inside your lungs until you feel the need to expel the air, and exhale very, very slowly. So you can feel the pleasure as you allow the air to leave your lungs. Keep expelling the air until you need to inhale again. Breathe in slowly again until you cannot inhale anymore, and then release the air slowly. Each time you inhale and exhale, feel the pleasure of being alive, the pleasure of breathing. So simple. We take it for granted every moment of our lives. Now focus your attention on your emotions. Imagine that the air is made of love. Each time you inhale, love is filling your lungs and every portion of your chest cavity. Your emotional reaction is to accept all the love entering your body, and you react by loving that wonderful connection. You are not afraid to receive all the love, and you enjoy it as you never have before. Prolong this pleasure by expanding your lungs to the maximum until you have the need to exhale. Breathe in slowly again, and as the love fills your lungs, let it overflow into your heart. Open your heart and let the love fill your heart. When your heart is filled to the maximum, feel the love going through your veins and arteries and filling every part of your body. Imagine a complete healing for your physical body and your mind. Every time you inhale, imagine all that love going directly to your heart and circulating through your body, cleansing every emotion and every concept in your mind. Feel the love enter every cell, every organ, and every possible space. Feel your entire body being purified and cleansed. Picture the love cleansing whatever toxins exist in your body, whatever pain exists in your body. See your blood carrying off all the things that no longer serve you. Inhale all the love you can possibly take in, then exhale everything you no longer need. Use all the love that exists outside you to awaken all the love that exists inside you. Inhale all the love again, then exhale slowly and send all your love to the world without any resistance. Imagine that you are not afraid to give all your love to the world. Your love is so great that you can send it to the entire world, and still it is endless. Now imagine that every one of the atoms in your body is a tiny star. Imagine your body as an entire universe made of billions and billions of little stars, that everything in creation is made of stars. Only stars and the space between the stars. The space between the stars is much larger than the space the stars themselves occupy. But that space between the stars is not empty. It is filled with light. That light contains the force that moves the stars and gives shape and form to atoms, to molecules, to everything. Light carries all the wisdom and information of the universe. Light is a messenger, and the message is life. It is life that creates the stars. It is life that creates the atoms in our body. It is life that is the messenger of the word. Life is a force. It is pure energy, and it is the real you. You are the force that opens a rose. You are the force creating the thoughts in your mind. You are the force creating your whole dream through knowledge and imagination, memory and emotions. Without you and without life, the whole dream dissolves and awareness disappears. You are pure awareness, and physical matter is a mirror for the light that is life. Without you, your body would just collapse and disintegrate, but you, the life force, are eternal. Now imagine that life is the same force as love. Inhale and exhale. With each breath, the love from the stars merges with the love between all the atoms in your body and becomes one. Every time you inhale, your lungs expand and all the stars of your body expand. Every time you exhale, your lungs contract and all the stars of your body contract. The microcosm and the macrocosm are one being. With every breath, all the stars in the cosmos expand and contract with the same rhythm as the stars in your body. Feel the connection between the rhythm of your lungs and the expansion and contraction of the cosmos. Let the sound of the bell return your awareness to your breathing and deepen your breath. Become aware of the space around you. And gently drop your chin to the chest. And slowly blink your eyes open. Lift your chin. Okay, so feel free to stretch a little bit. If you need to uncross your legs, if you need to stand up. Does anyone have any feedback on that? Okay. So for our next meditation, I thought I would play my singing bowl for you. So still working with this idea of awareness, there will be some shifts in the sound in the 10 minutes or so that we meditate. There's a few different sounds the bowl can make. Okay. And meditating to a sound can, again, help you to anchor your awareness. Before class today, Tim was telling me about a meditation program that's happening at Northeastern Illinois University, where we all are associated with, at the Peace Fire Circle tomorrow evening. I believe you said it started at 7:30, Tim?
It's from 6 to 8.
Oh, 6 to 8. Okay, great. I had the time wrong. Yeah. So, and that is, anyone can attend, correct?
Yes.
And he said there will be didgeridoos, which are an Australian wind instrument. It's kind of a drone instrument. You can play different notes, but most of the time the pitch is determined by the size. How many didgeridoos will there be? Do you know?
We'll have at least 3.
Okay. So hopefully the weather will cooperate, and I encourage all of you to come. I'm going to definitely try to put it on my calendar to make it. So then you can feel this meditative energy and collective awareness with a group. Okay, so go ahead and get yourself settled again. And I'm going to share the screen again with a maybe I'll choose a different one this time, an image. And start to become aware of your breathing. Inhaling and exhaling, long, slow, smooth breaths. And become aware of any sounds that you may hear. Resist the tendency to analyze those sounds, but just notice them. Maybe you hear some traffic outside of your window. Maybe you can hear the sound of the breeze and the leaves brushing against your house. Perhaps one of your neighbors is talking on the phone. Or even the hum of the air conditioner or the heating system. Simply notice that there are sounds. And I'll introduce the sound of the singing bowl. Deepen your breath. Bring your awareness to your physical body and to the space in which you sit. Gently drop your chin to the chest. Slowly blink your eyes open and lift your chin. Feel free to stretch a little bit, twisting, moving your legs. You can always go back to the head rolls. But I check in again, see if anybody has any feedback. Okay, let's now work with inner sound. Let's try to do about maybe a 7 or 10 minute meditation using a mantra. Now, if you did think of your own mantra, that's great. Remember, you can always use the mantra Om. You can use the mantra Shanti or Aum Shanti. Shanti means peace. You can also use the mantra So Hum, which works very well with breathing. Inhale, say to yourself the word so. Exhale, say to yourself the word Hum. And that mantra means I am that. Continual reminder with each breath that you are part of the universe, that you have that inner knowing, that love that can be expanded and that can allow you to receive love. Okay, so we'll go ahead and share the screen again and go ahead and settle down now into your chair or onto your cushion or whatever you are sitting in to meditate. And a wonderful path towards stillness is listening to the sound of your own breathing. Noticing the inhale and noticing the exhale. And link your mantra to your breath. If it's more than a word or two, if it is a phrase, see how you can repeat it silently to yourself, linking it to the inhale and the exhale in a way that feels comfortable to you. If the mind begins to attach itself to a thought, if you begin to get distracted by that monkey mind, slowly and gently return your attention to your mantra. Return your attention to your breath, noticing the inhale, noticing the exhale. Be aware of the sound of the breath. Now become aware of the sounds in the room. Become aware of your body sitting in that room. And gently drop your chin to your chest. Slowly open your eyes and lift your chin. Stretch your body. Get up and move around if you need to. And again, we'll end with Yoga Nidra, which is the yoga deep sleep. And I do recommend that when practicing Yoga Nidra, if possible, you are lying on your back, on the floor preferably. You can certainly lie on your couch if you like, but sometimes that will cause a little bit of asymmetry in your body. So if you do have space, lie on the floor, place a cushion underneath the back of your head, or a blanket or a towel, and another cushion or blanket or towel underneath your knees to relieve the pressure from your back. So take a moment to go ahead and get set up, moving yourself onto the floor. And allow yourself to get comfortable. Shift and move a little to let your body settle. Be comforted that at this time, everything is okay. Nothing else matters right now. You have nowhere to go and nothing to do. Here to simply feel your body and listen. Remember that if you don't hear everything I say, the deepest part of you, your core self, is always listening. It's natural to flow in and out of conscious hearing. Whatever your experience today, this practice will still work. There's no way to do this wrong. Simply listen without trying too hard. Come into stillness now and remain still for deep rest, deep nourishment. Feel your natural breath. Allow yourself to release and feel heavy. When you inhale, say to yourself the number 10. When you exhale, say to yourself the number 10. Inhale 9. Exhale 9. Continue counting backwards on your breath until you reach the number 1. Now is the time to set an intention, to create a positive statement, an affirmation based on what your heart desires. Remember to state your sankalpa, your intention, in the present tense, as though it is already happening. State it 3 times. Now let your consciousness move through your body as you are guided. When I mention a body part, send a sense of deep relaxation to that body part. And then move on to the next when prompted. Bring your awareness to the tip of your right thumb and deeply relax your right thumb. Relax your right index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and small finger. Relax the palm of the right hand, right wrist, elbow, right shoulder and chest, right side body, hip and groin, top of the knee, back of the knee, right ankle, heel, sole of the right foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and small toe. Be aware of the tip of the left thumb and deeply relax the left thumb. Left index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and small finger. Palm of the hand, wrist, left elbow and shoulder, chest and armpit, left side body and hip, left groin, top of the knee, back of the knee, ankle, heel, sole of the left foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and small toe. Relax the whole left side of the body. Relax the whole right side of the body. Relax the belly, the chest, the throat, the back of the skull, and the top of the skull. Relax the forehead. Be aware of the space between the eyebrows. Imagine a blank screen in front of your eyes at the forehead, like a movie screen. As you watch the screen, you may see colors, patterns, shapes, and images. The more you relax, the more you will see. These are the imprints of your subconscious mind. Notice these images and let them go. Let them shift and change. Return your attention to your breath. Notice the inhale and notice the exhale. Rest your breath at that space between the eyebrows. Rest your breath at the throat. Rest the breath at the heart center. This is the center of your emotional well-being. Allow your breath to bring healing energy into your body and your mind. Remember now the intention you set at the beginning of this meditation, the positive statement. Say it now as though it is already happening. Feel the truth of the statement. Find your resolve and inhale it into your body, letting it fill every cell. Inhale it again and again. Deepen your breath. Become aware of the space around you. Notice the quiet calmness of that space. Touch the tips of your thumbs to the tips of your fingers, gently awakening sensation in your hands. Move all of your fingers, move your toes, shift your arms and your legs, and slowly roll to lie on one side. Gently and slowly push up to sit. Open your eyes. Practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. Thank you very much for practicing with me today. If you have any comments, feel free to unmute yourself or type it in the chat. And remember, tomorrow evening, Wednesday, September 22nd at 6 p.m., the meditation in the Peace Circle at Northeastern. The Peace Circle is east of the library in the parking lot. It's closer to St. Louis. It's a little bit north of the PE building in a really beautiful clearing area. There's also free parking on St. Louis if you don't have a parking pass. Great. Thank you, Kesha. I'm so glad you were able to join us. Okay, well, thank you so much. I'm as close as your email. Bye, everyone. I'll see some of you tomorrow, maybe.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Professor.